Yeah, I see you. I see you, your crazy cross emails that, oh my god, Huff has done Burt Reynolds session, and you need to debunk this, order of magnitude. You need to get out there and show us. Do you know what? Just for the sanity of Burnt Reynolds. Well, I hope he's not going to be burnt just yet. Sorry, really bad joke. Very disrespectful, I'm sorry. Because I'm such a negative, hatery person. That's just the kind of man I am. I have no love in my heart. So, I apologise. Start again. No jump cuts. Yeah, no, I'm not going to be covering this crazy session. It was a crazy session with a few highlights. I mean... usually what he does is just very simple. I've gone over this so many times. He plays a video backwards through the decorated guitar amp, and when it's played backwards we get gibberish, but every so often our brain will get words out of it. It's called pareidolia. Simple. And if you can't find any pareidolia that matches his narrative, he thinks, fuck it, I just played a video for in sections forward anyway, just so much easier. That's what he did in this video. He did it forward a few times. Couldn't see the laptop hidden, of course, but it's just fucking easy peasy. And it was jump cut, jump cut, jump cut, jump cut, jump cut. Oh god, it was absolutely the same as any other celebrity session. Absolute bullshit. And it's very disrespectful to not give Spirit their voice. I think it's disrespectful faking the fuck out of your sessions. But there you go. Especially if it's someone who's just passed away, like for your own fucking agenda. But that's a different story. Whatever. I'm just a hater and I have no love in my heart. That's what the problem is, Mr. Riley. You don't understand, you see, Mr. Riley. Huff is God's messenger. And that's what we're going to look at here. But just before we do, let's have a look at a few highlights of the Burt Reynolds session. A few highlights. I liked how he drugged Debbie here. He clearly drugged her. Look at this.
We're in our bedroom. There's Debbie. You can barely see her, but we're going to watch Deliverance right now. And then after we watch this, I'm going to go finish part 2 of the session. We have our snacks. And by watching this, I don't know. Maybe it'll make the session better, but it's really a good movie if you've never seen it. Deliverance. It's from like 1972. We're going to watch it on Apple TV. And when we're done, we'll pick right back up.
Why did he drug her? Because she's a liability. You remember when Huff did his fake demon attack thing? Very similar to what we're going to talk about in a minute, but it's angels, little fairy angels that come to him. We'll come to this later in the video. He coached Debbie how to, retell the account. She doesn't look at the camera. She's not very good, bless her, at lying. She can't lie to save her own life, I guess. And you can always see Huff in the background, talking along with her, all the coached words. Well, she's no good, clearly. So he thought, fuck this, I'm going to drug her. And this is the result. I mean, look at this awful, awful attempt at trying to... who are you trying to convince here? The audience or yourself? You tell me. Have a look at this. This is from 2 years ago, nearly.
I wanted to ask Debbie and show you guys, because she was the only witness to it. We were watching TV. It was like the evening. I think it was like, wasn't it like 8, 9, or was it later?
8:30, 9 o'clock. Yeah, no, it wasn't late.
We were watching TV,
late.
and as I've said, I got really dizzy, and then everything went black. Even if my eyes were open, I saw black. But I want to ask Debbie, what, you remember me getting dizzy?
Yeah, we were just watching TV, and it was just out of the blue. You just said, you started
dizzy,
feeling
right?
dizzy. And
then what did I do after that? I remember I was like, I couldn't stay balanced, so I was moving.
Right, you were like kind of
I was trying
almost rocking back and forth. It's not a usual thing that happens, but almost like rocking back and forth. And then you like curled up in a ball, like in a fetal position, almost like protecting your, like in a fetal position, like protecting yourself. And you just started like shaking, like still not shaking, like rocking back and forth in a fetal position. And the dogs even were, because we were just sitting watching. They were just sitting on the couch, and they were sitting next to us as they always do, as we're just sitting on the couch. And you went from a seated position, saying you felt dizzy, to all of a sudden you're like curling up and you slid. I don't know if you remember this. You weren't sitting on the couch anymore. You slid off the couch onto the floor. So now your like body is on, like the top half of you is like on the couch, and the lower half is on the floor, and you're curled up like this, and you're rocking back and forth, and you were just saying, stop it, leave me alone. And
I don't remember that at all.
I didn't know what to do. I was trying to like put my arms around you, trying to tell you, like, rub your back, trying to say, it's okay, you're okay. I didn't know what was going on. I had no idea what was going on. So my mind went to like comforting a child almost, like, you know, like, it's okay, you're okay, it's okay, you'll be okay. And you even didn't, you were like, no, stop touching me. Like, I don't know if you thought my touch was
no, I think I remember that. I think I felt so overwhelmed, and if that was you holding me, I felt like I was like trapped in something was covering me.
Okay, because that's exactly what I was trying to do, because you were you were that way, and I was trying to come over you.
What I saw was these three things, each taking turns, just coming at me super fast and like hitting me in the chest, or here trying to rip open my belly, and like these other things flying around in a circular thing. But anyway, so how long did that last? Until now when I was done, do you remember me saying they're gone?
I do. Well, but in the midst of it too, the dogs were freaking out. The dogs were like trying to, you know, Baby was on the floor trying to come from one side, and Olive was on the couch on the other side, just whining and trying to reach you, trying to lick you, trying to see what was wrong. They couldn't figure out what was wrong with you. They were totally freaking out. Like, they didn't know what was going on either. And then maybe it was 10 minutes, maybe? I wasn't watching the time, so I don't know. I would say probably 7 to 10 minutes, the whole thing. And then, you were sobbing.
What did you think was happening?
I had no idea. I didn't know if you were. I had no idea. I honest to God had no idea. I didn't know if you were. If there was like a mental break. I had no idea what was going on, or if you were just, you know, seeing something. I had absolutely no idea. It was pretty scary, just sitting there and not being able to help you, and not being able to, you know, comfort you, not being able to do anything. I had no idea. But then all of a sudden, you know, and you're sobbing, like you were crying, like you were sobbing, and you were saying, you know, they're getting me, they're gonna kill me, and I'm thinking, I'm like, there's no one here, and I'm trying to tell you, there's no one here, you're okay, there's no one here, like there's no one, you know, it's okay, we're at home, you're at home, and I'm trying to say whatever I can to try to, you know, comfort you and pull you out of it. And then all of a sudden you were just like you took a couple of deep breaths, and you were like, wait, there's I see a light, there's light. And then you were like, they're gone. And it was almost like in a whisper, like you were like, they're gone. And you were like, and you took like a sigh of relief, and you were like, that was just awful. And then
I thought I was gonna die right there, to be honest.
And that was it. That was the entire my side of things, where I don't know.
That's all I wanted to know. Document it. So with that, I have decided now this is like the third day since it, or second day since it. That was on Friday.
Was it Friday?
It was Friday.
It was Friday night.
And today is Sunday. So today, my thoughts on it are, I'm going to take 4.
The funny thing is, after, you know, drugging her so she just shut the fuck up and not say anything stupid. This is all satire, by the way. I'm not being genuine. He might have done, but, you know, it did seem like, though, he got high off the drugs he used to drug her. I mean, look at the state of this when he's doing his session after. Look at this. His eyes are so glazed. He's had a hit from the bong.
As people alive on Earth, we crave that knowledge of what happens after we die. Here I am in a room with a device trying to communicate with Burt Reynolds. who sadly passed away this morning after a long career, 82 years old. And Bert is no longer in any pain, nor is he suffering. Our soul never dies. Our soul is eternal, and we do live on. I'm going to give Bert one last chance to speak. So if you're here, Bert, if you want to say anything to anyone or leave any message of anything, I am pushing out all of my love to you. I have God's love within me. We all have it within us. Love is filling this room. Light is filling this room. Use that energy to speak if you like. And here you go. You have a voice.
I digress. I'm not going into the Burt Reynolds session. It's the same as any other freaking session. There's an agenda, there's a narrative there, and it's the same as if you want to know how he did it, just go to any of my other sessions. The Michael Jackson one, which I've covered, Tom Petty one, any of the sessions, okay? Play a video backwards through your bloody decorate guitar amp and rely on pareidolia. Jump cut it, of course, you know. And if you get so frustrated that you can't find any pareidolia that suits your agenda and your narrative, fuck it, just play the video forwards in sections. You know, it comes out a lot clearer anyway. Very simple debunk crap. There we go. So, what are we looking at right now? What is the point of this video? Like I said in the title, Huff is God's messenger. A cult leader. He is the chosen one. And he is trying to build this narrative, because I looked at this session last time on my last bluff video. It was a very strange session. I had a real job getting through it. It was quite a long video. I did about 43 minutes, and this video I think is going to be even longer, to be honest with you. But he revisits this session, saying how it's the most important session in ITC history, as it always is with him. You know, negation the fact that the evidence that he's put out there is completely void from the start, because it's jump cut to buggery. So let's go and have a look at this car crash, and we'll go through it, and it's just, what?
Hey guys, this is Steve Huff from Huff Paranormal, and I wanted to share something really special with you today. Something probably the most important, profound, magical spirit communication session clip I've recorded in my entire life over these last 8 years. Things are changing. Things are progressing as they always have, but I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about it. But first, before I start going on and on about things, I want to show you the clip, because some of you may have missed it. It's in my last video, and some of you may have kind of just glossed over it or not have gotten to it because it was at the end of the last video. And it really is a profound clip that shows amazing evidence of what it is I do.
Oh, it's amazing evidence, alright, of what you do, you jump-cutting, sound-sampled, rigged-up scammer.
Of God and angels and healing and all kinds of other things. But first, let's take a look at the clip, and then we'll break it down, and then I'll talk a little bit about what I was feeling and seeing at the moment it was recorded.
Angels heal me. I'm telling you, cult leader, I cannot emphasize enough the narrative this is going down. It's actually quite frightening. And so many people believe this. And the people that do believe this aren't into ITC. Not really. They're Christians and they're really religious and stuff, and that's great, that's fine, but oh my god, it's frightening. You'll see.
I'm seeing angels flying around this room in a circular pattern, but they're small. I'm being filled up with this love, like almost like spirits have been taking it and draining me of it, and they're refilling it. Are you refilling me with this love?
because you got so much love to give. You're just a loving, loving man. You don't do this for the money or anything like that at all. It's sheer love. And anyone that, you know, has legitimate concern about your practices, they're just negative people. They're just haters. I've gone through this before. But what you got to understand is, right, this session that he is trying to forecast is something amazing. Oh, yeah. Like I said, I did this in my last bluff video. I'll put a link down below. Someone keeps whinging if I keep saying up above, down below, whatever. I'm going to put a link in the description, okay? You want to watch how he did that session, because he starts off with SCD1 and just following the session. The random sound samples come out and he plays along with it. And then he goes to a break because, you know, he's feeling weak or not really feeling the energy, pretending it's 1 o'clock at night or whatever the narrative is. And then we don't see the tablet. The tablet is hidden. And it's totally different to how SCD2, that crappy app, works. Suddenly it's just firing a load of, you know, sound samples out. And he's like, what is going on? You know, and he's got this Jupiter's delight where he can barely contain himself. It is some cringy fucking watching. So, yeah. If you haven't seen that video, I think you want to watch it first before watching this for it to all make sense. But be warned, like this video, it goes on and fucking on. No doubt down to my fucking rambling. Anyway, back to the bluff.
That is an amazing message. I told you you would be alright mentioning my light. There's a story that goes with that. We'll talk about it after this, but this gets even better here. Take a look and listen. This is amazing. Multiple rays of it just coming down. I can see them flying around.
You got that right. It is fixed. The whole thing's fucking fixed. Thank you, Mark. Good video, by the way.
Fixed. Did you hear that? They brought in more love into me. I've been giving it out, and you just fill me with.
Been giving it out, all that love. Giving all that love. Nothing but love to give. Face touch. Lots of love to give. He's just a loving guy. So loving. And like I say, anyone that, you know, might sort of cotton on to the fact that, oh, hang on, you jump cutting, you know, blah, 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 all the things I've been through. You're just so negative. Just a hater. Just go for love. There's not enough love in your heart to see why I do this.
Energy. That energy I'm speaking of. It's been getting depleted. Are you refilling it?
A believer. The mountains flow down for you. We love you.
I love you too. That was amazing. I love you too, spirits. I love all living things. I love all unliving things.
Love me too, Huff. Do you love me? Do you love what I do? You know, real ITC and debunking your shenanigans. I know you love me, really. I love you too, by the way.
I just felt like they were filling me up with more love energy. And lately when I would do sessions, I would feel drained for 2 or 3 days. Like my energy has been being taken. And I just saw and visioned these spirits flying around and just shooting me with like this love. It was like these rays of light going right into my chest. And they're saying, you need this, you need this. And then we get some validations through the box and the love message. That is amazing.
A believer. The mountains flow down for you. We love you.
I love you too. Okay, so that was the clip, and to me, I've been thinking about it a lot these last couple of days. It was filmed 3-4 days ago and uploaded, and the more I think about it, the more I'm piecing it all together. Now, what you just witnessed was pure validation from spirits, not demons.
Your version of validation is not validation. Oh boy. Nah, it wasn't from demons, you're right there, Bluffy boy. But it wasn't from angels too. It's from sound samples. That's where it came from. Yeah.
Not demons, and I'll go into that in a little bit, but angels and spirits and higher vibrational spirits, even those from way above, who were confirming to me many things. So we'll start off by saying...
Face touch. He's forever touching his face when he's going to spout a load of just dribble. Face touch.
the last couple weeks, every time I would do a session, group night, something for Patreon, something for YouTube, I would get drained. And I would do a session, I would go out and sit on my couch and either fall asleep or just feel weak. I even went to the doctor 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago and had blood drawn, and I said I want a full workup and a full physical. So the doctor gave me a physical, took full blood work, and it came back just a few days ago. And everything is normal. I think my cholesterol was a little high because I've been eating too much fast food lately. But everything else, I'm healthy, but I couldn't explain this lethargic feeling. And it would happen after powerful sessions. So I even talked to my good friend Josh from Huff Paranormal the other night for 2.5 hours on the phone, and we talked about...
In fact, he is a master liar and exaggerator, big time. But just for the sake of truth here, he spent 2.5 hours on the phone to Josh. Can you imagine what that conversation went like? Who was doing most of the talking? Josh is really enamoured by Mr. Huff. Now, I still really haven't made up my mind about Josh, if he's just naive and thinks talking to sound samples is spirit and a broken recorder is what it is, or if he knows exactly what he's doing. I mean, the guy owns a titty bar, for God's sake, so he's not so love and light, just like Huff used to be an ex-rape porn salesman, you know. They're not really love and light characters. Oh yeah, sure, people can reform and stuff, obviously, I get that, and not just saying, you know. But, yeah, 2.5 hours. Oh, that's dirty.
On the phone, and we talked about all this amazing work we do, and he was also feeling
this amazing work you do. Yeah, all that amazing work you do. Yeah. It's so important. The work that you do is so important for the ITC field. You're not holding it back at all or trying to make a quick buck of just being a scamming bastard. Your evidence is so legit as well. Absolute legit. Nah, yeah, your body gives away so much, dude. It really does.
Drained because he's been doing a lot of sessions himself. So I went into the session the other day, my last video on this channel. If you missed it, be sure to check it out. That way you can know what I'm talking about. And I actually was energetic because it was midday, it was early in the day, and I was feeling really good and high energy. And by the end of that, I was feeling low energy again. So I stopped recording. I went out, I took a break. I think I watched some more TV and just kind of mellowed out. Then I
filmed that. Did you just randomly stick a recorder on the side there and hit record? Who filmed that? You know, yeah, just lying down, you know, just take random film, looking really sorry for myself. Who the fuck? Oh, jeez, it's brilliant. You're brilliant. Oh, I love you. You're brilliant.
I mellowed out. Then I came back in here, and what happened was the clip you just saw. The messaging was totally different. And I was seeing angels fly around the room above me, and they were little. They were like fairies almost. And they were flying in a circle above my head, but near the ceiling. And when I say I see this, I envision things and I see them in my head. And it's been happening ever since I accepted God into my heart and soul. And that video where I made a sign from God, that's when all of this really started to mature and blossom. And I thought I was insane or crazy, going crazy until they...
No, you ain't crazy. You know exactly what you're doing. You're a very, very clever entrepreneur. You know, bending the rules a little bit about what's legal and what's not legal. There's no ombudsman or anything in this sector, and that's what you thrive off, niche markets. I mean, how many people do you think tried to get a refund on their rape porn because it wasn't rapey enough? I doubt anybody. You are not crazy, Mr. Huff. You are an extremely clever bastard, really, in business, that is.
Through has been validated over at my Patreon page. So now I just go with it, and I'm not afraid to say what I feel and say what I see. I feel I have to do that because that's part of the research and part in knowing what is going on. So I saw these angels and they were shooting me with these beams of light, and I was feeling electric and this intense energy, like all of my blood in my body was getting a surge of electricity, and it was just making me feel it through my body. And the beautiful part is they were validating it through the box. And not only validating it, but validating it in a loud, clear, strong message basically telling me, don't doubt what I'm doing. God has been showing me every day, and he has been.
Here we are, God's messenger, right there. God has chosen this man to be the messenger. He's been showing you the whole way. Yep, you are chosen by God, Huff. Definitely to show the way. I mean, shit. Nothing to do with... Oh, just go watch the last video that I did on this session. Seriously, to explain how... I'm not going to repeat myself here because this video just go on and on and on like it already fucking is. But, yep. You're definitely chosen. I love this narrative, the chosen thing. It works a treat.
The path that they want me to go down. This, for some reason, they even, you know, the way I felt it and saw it and they validated, they were filling me with more light energy. And I gotta say, ever since that session, I've just been feeling fully energized. I have yet to feel lethargic.
A believer. The mountains flow down for you. We love you.
I love you too.
Sure is, as I just said, fixed. Follow the session, don't lead it.
Fixed. Did you hear that? They even said I was fixed. So it is absolutely astonishing. There's never been any spirit communication, and I'm talking real spirit communication, that has been documented anything like this anywhere ever in the world. It just...
Absolutely right. And do you know why that is, Mr. Huff? Why no session like that has ever been what you just said? Because it is completely ruined from the start. It's void before it's even got out the door. Why? Because you jump cut to buggery and you set it up. It is a complete setup. Like I said, go to my last video, link up, down, wherever the fuck it is, left or right. The link is in the description and I'll explain what he did with this session. Jesus, Huff, you know this. You know exactly what you're doing. And your silly followers who have no qualification in this or understanding this will just... They don't know. They don't even blink at the jump cuts. They don't get it. They think that's how it happened. You know? Nothing like that at all. Your duper's delight, you could hardly contain yourself because you knew exactly what you were doing. Your body language was just freaking all over the shop, you know? Not that I'm just condemning you just on your body language alone. Yeah, man. And that's why there's never been a session like that. It's bullshit. But then again, I have some interesting sessions. Yeah. No jump cuts either. Maybe you should take a look at them.
It's very profound, and you know, there's going to be a lot of people who think it's fake, and that's okay. You have your opinion. I'm telling you right now, it's not.
I don't think it. I know it, because I understand the fundamentals of ITC and what is what. And your dodgy editing, yeah? You're just so not straight in the slightest. You're untransparent, you're shady as hell. Nah, everything... Yeah, carry on, because the next bit is just gold. Absolute Huff gold.
And I will also say that anybody who fakes this work, this research, spirit communication, instrumental trance communication, I feel they deserve a special place in hell.
Alright, that means I got a new roommate. A roommate in hell. Oh, I'm so happy.
I feel they deserve a special place in hell because this work is to be respected, and it's not something, it's not a circus act, it's not a game, it's not for views or attention. You have to respect the other side. The dead are just like us. They're just dead, but their souls are still there, which are pure energy. And I do this work from respect, from love, from empathy.
I still have no plan. I don't make a ton of money doing this, you know. It's been so tough, you know, pouring so much into this, you know, because... Yeah, no, you don't make any profit on these decorated guitar amps that go for up to $4,000. You telling me you don't make any profit out of that? They certainly don't take you a week and a half to build. Let me go through the process of making a wonderbox stroke soul speaker. What it entails, okay? I think the longest thing is ordering bits to come in, you know? So, an off-the-shelf unit, you don't make that unit, do you, Huff? You buy it from Lunchbox or whatever company you're using. You buy a guitar amp, bump. That is the main bulk of it. You buy the pedal, bump, dump. There you go. Click it together. Oh, that was really hard. Hang on a minute. We need to make it mine. So we'll buy a graphic equalizer thing on the front. Again, you don't make that. We spray paint it. Yep, lovely jubbly. Now for the magical bit. We buy loads of crystals and other things, decorations, literally. All these crystals go on, they're super glued on, serial number is scratched off. Yeah, lot of work, you know. $4,000 or thereabouts, you know. Jesus, Huff, who are you trying to kid here? Bullshit. And then there's the Patreon. How many Patreons have you got that literally write to you every day going, can you get hold of my uncle, please? He died in a chair. He always liked Columbo, blah-de-blah-de-blah. And all you do is read this. And when it comes to Patreon, which one you decide you want to do, I'm getting a vision. There's an old guy in a chair. He likes Columbo. Is it Columbo he likes? Fucking unbelievable. You're a nasty, nasty piece of work, and it's all about the money. That's exactly what it's for. And the views on top, you know, well, yeah, that's just extras. I know YouTube doesn't pay a shitload of money, but where do you think his swimming pool came from, guys? Because he doesn't earn any money. This is his job. His other job is reviewing cameras, by the way, if you need to know, but he doesn't make anywhere near as much as what he does doing this with the wonderbox and the soulspeaker. 4,000, fucking hell. Couple of £100, I bet all that shit costs. And again, he's so kind because if you want, you know, the entry-level portal, he put all the links out there for you to make your own. Yeah, because if you're not going to make a sale because someone can't afford $1,000, $2,000 or whatever it is, it's very, very simple. Give them the links to build their own. You give them the links and look, you get a commission off of it. They're genius. Nothing wrong with that in a sense, but you talk shit about not making money and all the rest of it. When the money dries up, that's when you'll fuck off.
And God knows I don't make a ton of money doing this. It's been hard at times over these 8 years, pouring so much of my life into this, but now there's no turning back for me. They have shown me what my path is, what they want me to do, and that is basically to spread the message of love. Love is the key. I mean, it's not hard to see that today, in today's times, the world needs more love and kindness than ever. And sadly, many accept hate and negativity. And you better believe, there is a heaven, there is a hell.
Interesting. Better believe there is a heaven and there is a hell. You have no proof either way of that. I'm not saying there is, I'm not saying there isn't. But if, let's just say heaven and hell exists, okay? Just, you know, for argument's sake, right? Which one do you think you're going to go down? Ripping the piss out of celebrities and all the rest of it, and with your narratives. Saving Johnny Cash from hell and sending him off into the light? Jesus Christ, dude. You ain't Jesus. I don't know why I said that, Jesus Christ. And of course, you know, the whole defense about the love is the key. Love is the key is not anything to do with getting, you know, contact that has some sort of intelligence behind it. Love has nothing to do with it. I've got lots of videos with no jump cuts, for starters, okay, where the contact is back and forth. Yep, I'll even leave a montage below, left, right, wherever the fuck the description is. Montage of some of my best sessions, okay? No jump cuts, alright? Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Nothing to do with love. It's just the intelligent contact. And sure, some of that contact isn't nice. Maybe if I started being wishy-washy, I get nice contact. But, you know, I want to prove that such things exist. And I want decent validation. Not, it said plant pot. Oh, yeah, I've got a plant pot in my kitchen. There's your validation. Real, actual validation. I cannot prove to you I'm talking to the dead, okay? I cannot prove to you I'm talking to the devil or a demon. Can't prove that. Despite how clearly this is coming through on my own damn sessions. Can't prove it. What I can prove to you is, though, however, something intelligent is answering back. That is the absolute proof of this, okay? And Huff's proof is completely destroyed straight out because it is jump cut. It's using sound samples, dodgy apps. Apps are fundamentally flawed in the first place, as I just said, banked apps especially, because you get a capture, right? I don't know, you ask a question, it says something back. You're going to have to cross-reference all of those little MP3 snippets, unless it's a rigged up like divination box, so there's only 2 MP3s, purely for purely for the purpose of saying that Huff has chosen to push a narrative, but you're going to have to check all of those samples and make sure that that just wasn't fluke, that sample was picked at the same time. Because no, spirit cannot choose what sample it wants, okay? Can't do that. Manipulate sound, that's a possibility, but I'm pretty damn sure it cannot choose what sound by manipulating computer code. Proof and evidence, okay? And some will say, I don't need the proof, I'm already there, I already speak to the spirits. That's fine, that's fine, that's the level he wants to sit at. But his evidence is not evidence, it's just not. And it's set up anyway, it's complete fraud. As long as it sells another wonderbox or it gets a few more Patreons, that's all the aim of the game, along with the narcissism and all the other weird shit that goes with it. Brilliant.
There is a devil, there is a God, and the devil might not be what we imagine it to be, but there is a dark place and there is a light place. We all start out in this life here on earth as love energy. We are born with knowing only love, okay? Just like our animals, our dogs, they are love, they are pure love. They go out of their way to try to make us happy, and all they ask for in return is love back and, of course, food to survive.
What narrative constructing? No. What animals know is instinct, okay? Not love, they don't think of love. Go into the jungle, right, and go see a lion. Do you think a lion knows love? Nah, its instinct is to freaking get dinner and survive, okay? Pets are a little bit different because they've been domesticated through generations, so its instinct is to be, you know, friendly. But some animals aren't friendly, you know, they're just not, they bite or whatever, you know? So it's utter bullshit. What we know when we're first born, I've gone over this, is instinct. We know to suckle our mummy's titty because we want milk, or use a bottle, obviously, you know? Instinct, Huff. You're not talking facts at all, you're just talking absolute rubbish to further your crappy agenda.
And of course, food to survive. So when we come into this earth, we are love, we are pure love, and through life, depending on what we experience in life, that can turn to hate, negativity, a life of crime, you know, evil. And there's a lot of people in this world today going through hard times. And I used to go through all kinds of hard times before I started this work. Prior to 8 years ago, I had so much negativity and stress in my life. A ton of it. I was unhappy, I was miserable, I was going through life day by day wondering what is going to come of my life. It wasn't until I started doing this, and especially the last year, that it has really awoken me from inside. I wrote an article on my website that everybody must read and should read. It's real, it's the realities of doing what I do at this kind of level.
Yeah, I forgot about that. At this kind of level. Anyone else that is not doing it the way Huff is, as in playing videos backwards or, you know, relying on the app, you're not on my level, man. You know, those guys that do it properly, that don't jump cut and use, you know, actual spirit boxes and do this properly in an attempt to get communication, and they know that it doesn't work all the time. They're not on my level. You know that, yeah? I'm here. You're here. You'll get to my level soon. What you need to do is get yourself a wonderbox, and then you need SCD 1 or 2, and yeah, then you're on that level. And if you work out what's what, no, that's that negativity creeping in again. That negativity. You got to get rid of all that negativity. Don't ask questions. Just believe, my friend. Just believe. All right? I am your savior, and I can help you.
But doing what I do from a place of love and respect, instead of out looking for evil or demons or cursing the spirits or provoking the spirits, that is not the way to go about.
All accounts, I'm not really a fan of triggering spirits, so to say. However, I do like to get validation of proof that such things exist. And the proof, you know, if you get a swear word or whatever, that can't be broadcasted on radio, you know, things like that. I'm looking for validation. I don't intentionally go out looking for evil things to speak to, or, you know, they say evil, they're either dead usually with me, or they say the word demon. You know, they might even be demons themselves just fucking with you, you know, that's that. It's interesting that you never get that communication whatsoever, because everyone else does, but you, who do it properly, I mean. It's funny, those that use your crappy apps and all the rest of it, and your decorated guitar amp, don't get anything maliciously come through, so to say. Yet everybody else that does it properly you know, blah, 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 using spirit boxes, comes across it every so often. A bit of profanity, a bit of anger. Not every spirit is happy, I guess. You know, if your life suddenly come to an end, you wouldn't be necessarily happy about this. You'd be a bit bitter, I'd imagine. Who knows? Like I said, I'm not a big fan of triggering and pissing off spirits, but those spirits that come through give out the best evidence, and that's why I do it that way. I don't intentionally trigger them, but I just have a knack of bringing it towards me. Oh, that's right, because I'm such a negative person. If I was just so loving and all the rest of it, it wouldn't go. Love is the key, of course. Yeah. Oh, it's fucking hell. Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Way to go about doing this kind of research. I am not a ghost hunter. I am a spirit communicator. I give spirits a voice, and for that, they respect me back.
You definitely give them the voice. You give them the narrative. You give them everything. None of it is spirit communication. That's the problem, Huff. None of it is ITC. Ah.
It's of love, respect, empathy, and care. I take what I do as serious as I take my own life. To me,
jump cut there. You take this as seriously as you take a business seriously, because you are a businessman.
As I take my own life. To me, life is not about money. It's not about fame or attention. One reason I turned down several TV shows and continue to do so, to do that to this day. I just turned down another talk for a TV show. I don't even want to talk to them anymore, because the realities are, if you do TV, you're controlled by the networks, the producers. You must do what they say. You're hired as talent and entertainer. You have to take on a persona, and if they want you to stage evidence, you have to stage it. If they want you to fake something, you have to fake it. If they want you to create a storyline about a location that's not even true, you have to do it. And I will never, ever do that. I will never be beholden to somebody in the name of trying to gain fame or attention. So I stopped watching 98% of paranormal shows long ago. And I was on one paranormal show, Paranormal Lockdown, but before I did it, I said, can I be me? Can I be real? And of course, they said yes, and they let me be me and let me be real, and the results were fantastic.
Totally right about the shows I have. One thing I agree with you, but I was on Paranormal Lockdown. You know, Nick Groff is shady as they come. Ghosts of Shady Town, and I've covered this, and so has Suit Yourself covered this. Absolute scripted, absolute bollocks. So you were with a known faker anyway. Probably one of the reasons why he was... Yeah, never mind, let's not go into that. But this is a clever thing about the wonderbox and the whole perception of it. Can I be real? Can I be me? Of course you can. It's very simple. Get the guitar amp, place it down, play the app through it. You know, they can be... Those samples that come through, streams, whatever, they can be an answer to anything. That's not... How do you say that is spirit or that is the app? You can't. There's no way you can. You've got no way of working out which one's which, okay? At least with the spirit box, you get a semi-clue. But again, the spirit box has lots of pitfalls too. It's also prone to pareidolia and all the rest of it. I have explained this as well. But yeah, like I said, check out something like On My Evidence. You tell me if that is a radio broadcast or if I'm having contact with something that has intelligence, calling itself dead, devil, whatever, demon. I don't care what it calls itself. As long as I get the results and proof these things do exist, you know. I had a decade living in a house with all sorts of shit that went on that made me think I was going mad. And this is one of the reasons why I do these videos against her, because it pisses me off, because I was that skeptic who, you know, didn't believe in none of this. When I move into a goddamn house and meet a new partner and she tells me, oh yeah, something's here, I don't believe her, I laugh at her, and that very same night shit starts happening. Weird stuff starts happening. And I'm thinking I'm losing my mind. And it turns out, no, this shit does exist. And there's jokers like this guy completely making us all look like crazy loon weirdos who, you know... But he don't care, because as long as he's making money and getting a following from people who aren't all there in the first place, brilliant.
Actually, they were amazing. So I wish more networks and production companies would allow reality instead of their own version of reality. So until that day comes, I will not do TV. So yeah, it's not about fame, attention, money, because God knows there's really no money in this.
In general, there isn't much money in this, you're right, Huff, but you found a way. You found a really, really clever way of making money. In fact, it was you and your bloody accountant, we'll call it AliCap3 is her screen username, who basically, AliCap3 worked for somebody, And she had a big paranormal group of about 30,000 or 300,000, something like that. I can't remember the exact figures. And basically, Huff wanted to know how to make money in the paranormal. Asked Ali Cat Free. Ali Cat Free asked her boss. Her boss said, well, there isn't really much money. I mean, you make apps, shit like that, you know, Portal. And Ali Cat Free sent her boss on holiday. While her boss was on holiday, her and Huff funneled the 30,000 members into his own, what do they call it, community, named the ITC Collective, and that's how that got kick-started. Yeah, that's the kind of people these guys are.
Because God knows there's really no money in this. It has to come from passion. It has to come from within. And years ago, it used to scare me, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when they would say, Huff's been chosen, you've been chosen. And I would show these messages.
Yeah, there it is. Chosen. Here we go. Right, you absolute fucking... Oh, you make me so angry with this. This is the bullshit in the narrative, right? You were pulled out of this. That was a rigged app. You were not chosen. Spirit didn't say that. That is on the sample, okay? That app has 2 MP3s, just 2, from an ASMR video. And it plays both those MP3s at the same time, lowering the volume on one, higher the volume on the other, then swapping over. Wrongly called a sweep, okay? And it's recorded backwards. Your little decorated guitar amp just flips it the other way. Not spirit manipulation, the guitar app. You have been busted on that, and that is one of the most watched videos that debunk you and show you what's what. And you're still throwing the narrative that I was chosen. You are something else. Yeah, sorry. I mean, I was starting to feel a bit guilty about the things I said earlier. You know, the satire about you drugging Debbie. Obviously, that's not true. But you are just a complete, absolute cunt to the ITC industry. You really are. Industry, field.
And I would show these messages in my videos, and I'd get hate for it from the people who think it's all fake. The keyword is think.
No. The keyword is no. We know it's fake, okay? We've got the evidence. You're busted. Bang to rights. C'est la vie. Nothing you can do. You couldn't even address or even explain your way out of it, so you didn't bother. Think. Fucking.
I've been chosen for what, right? But today it's all crystal clear, and they've shown me. I've been chosen to do this work, to show as many people who care to watch it and care to open their minds that love is the key, and we should live life with love. We should respect each other, love each other, help those in need if we can. Go through life with positivity and care and empathy. And do know that our soul goes on. Our soul is energy. And where it goes is up to you. Where it goes on that day, when that day comes, when we take our last breath, where our soul goes is up to us, each and every one of us. We can live life with hate, negativity, hurting others, and just being nasty, and unfortunately that means your soul may not go to a good place. I mean, that's just all the evidence.
I'm going to hell because I'm a horrible hater. I'm going to hell. That's it, guys. You know, I mean, it's okay if you go to hell anyway. All you got to do is reach out to Steve Huff, who's been chosen. He'll get you a free ticket to heaven anyway. He did it to Johnny Cash, you know what I mean? All these celebrities who don't know him in life suddenly want to know him in death. And kind of interesting. But when you're chosen, that's that. Yeah, I mean, horrible me, you know. This is the thing, Huff. Am I really a nasty piece of work because I'm exposing a scam? Is that, you know, is that nasty? I get heated and I get a bit passionate about it because I don't like seeing people ripped off, especially over something that changed my belief system. I never believed any of this was real, and then I would have the privilege, sheer privilege, of seeing this shit happen firsthand for a decade or so and capturing the evidence that I've got. Pretty fucking privileged, because a lot of people don't get that type of evidence, you know, and I'm not some sort of seance or medium. I'm just a normal guy with nothing. I'm not chosen, nor are you, by the way, but do you know what I mean? That's interesting, because I'm going to go to hell now. Well, that's what the evidence says. My jump cut, rigged app, sound sampled along with a broken known recorder says so. Chump. I'll do, fuck it. I'm not going to go any further with this, because all he does is play the clip again and just reinforce the message of, you know, how amazing that session was, even though it's void from the start. It's totally void. It's not amazing. It's jump cut. It is ruined from the start. He's his own worst enemy. Take my video to the science community, my evidence that I've got, the one in my kitchen, yeah? let them have a look at it. They might be a bit skeptical and a bit, you know, but okay, well, that's interesting. I don't know how that word demon came through that many times. If it was pure fluke through a radio station, then you should have played the lottery that night, you know? That's going to get them thinking and scratching their head. Take Huff's evidence to the scientific community, and it will just get laughed out. They'll show you everything that I've just said, you know? And it's sad. It really, really is sad, but, you know, doubling down. He's doubling down. Yeah, anyone who fakes this stuff, you know, they deserve a special place in hell. And if you believe what you say, Huff, well, I think you're going to go to hell. And unfortunately, there's nobody chosen out there that can help you, because you're the only person that is chosen. Fucking hell. The delusion. No, he's not deluded. He knows exactly what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's not deluded. He doesn't believe this shit, you know? As long as money keeps coming in, sales, Patreons of decorated guitar amps is fine. And, you know, he's a very, very good businessman. And that's it. We'll close from here. Like I say, links in the description are as follows. Basically, the video before this covering the session, how he did it and what he did. Sucker. And a montage of my evidence, you know, which is, if you want to see the full version of any of those evidence, they're not jump cut or anything. It's just a montage just to get you going, okay? Wow. Love is the key. Yeah, if you want intelligent communication, love is what you got to do. No. Rubbish. Utter rubbish. Just rhetoric. And this guy will start a cult, I'm pretty sure of it. Just waiting. We'll see. Take care, Effortless, and I'll see you next time.